Hello, good evening, and welcome to this live streaming on JAMB past questions and solution. We'll be looking at the continuation of Mathematics 2020, and in our last live streaming, we stopped at question 20. Today, we are going to look at question 21 to 40. The live stream. This is what I want. So problem 21. Calculate the standard deviation of the following data. We have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And our formula for standard deviation is square root of summation of x minus x bar squared all over n. So the square root is covering everything. So what we are going to do here is to create a table. So we call this one x, and we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So just take the rough table. So we are going to have the summation here. First, we need to find the x bar. Mean is x bar, and our x bar is summation of x over n, and our n here is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we are going to add 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, and the sum gave us 70. So that the mean now is going to be 70 over 7, which is equal to 10. So having gotten that, we need to create x minus x bar. Our x minus x bar is going to be 7 minus 10, negative 3, negative 1, 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Then we go ahead to find x minus x bar squared. This is the column we are going to sum at the end of the day. This is giving us 941. 0149. So we then sum it up. When we sum it up, we are going to have 28. So that the standard deviation now is going to give us square root of 28 over 7, which is square root of 4, and square root of 4 is positive or negative 2. So what we have there is positive 2 in the option, which is option A. So we have that one as option A. We are done with 21. We then go to 22. A number is selected at random between 20 and 30, both numbers inclusive. Find the probability that the number is a prime. We quickly write out the numbers. That's 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. We then look for the we are going to look for the prime numbers. 21 is not a prime number. 20 is not a prime number. 21 is not. 22 is not. 23 is a prime number. Not 24, not 25, not 26, not 27, not 28. 29 is a prime number. And 30 is not. So how many numbers do we have first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the probability that it is A prime is going to be 2 over 11. The probability of having prime is going to be 2 over 11. And checking the option, option A is the correct option. And that's all for problem 22. We want to look at problem 23. For problem 23, the equation of the line in the graph is, we are meant to find the equation of the line in the graph. So we are given two coordinates. That is, we are given 2 points, the intercept on x-axis and the intercept on y-axis. So we bring out the point. This is 0, 4 and 3, 0. So it's just as we are given 2 points and we have to find the equation of that line. So we have the relation y minus y1 over x minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if I take this one as x1 y1, x2 y2, so what I will have there is going to be, sorry, I'm multitasking, doing one thing and the other. What we are going to do is to substitute into this relation now. So substituting into this relation, we are going to have y minus 4 over x minus 0 is equal to y2, which is 0 minus 4 over x2 3 minus 0. We are going to have it as y minus 4 over x is equal to negative 4 over 3. So by cross product rule, we are going to have, let me go like this, 3y minus 12 is equal to negative 4x. I have used this 3 to multiply the numerator here, and using this x to multiply the negative 4. So what we are going to have now is we rearrange. So okay, our rearrangement is keeping this 3y on the left hand side is equal to negative 4x plus 12. So negative 4x plus 12. So we then look for the option, and the option is option C. So we have option C as the option for question 23. We then go to question 24. For question 24, we have to express the product of 0.0014, that is times 0.011. Then we are going to do that with our calculator. 0.0014 times 0.011, and that will give us 0. We have 4 zeros, 1 2 3 4 1 5 4, and to do that in standard form, we have 1.54. So with this 1.54, we are going to have 1 2 3 4 5. That's going to give us times 10 raised to power negative 5. So our answer is 1.54 times 10 raised to power negative 5, and that gives option B. Sorry, let me close my windows. The wind is blowing here. It's about to rain. Close my window. For problem 25, A schoolboy lying on the ground 30 meters away from the foot of a water tank. So a schoolboy, normally what I do is to create the horizontal ground. Then we have the tower here, or the water tank here. So the boy is 30 meters away from the foot of the water tank towel. So here is always 90 degrees. This is always 90 degrees. So the angle of elevation of the top of the tank is 60 degrees. This is 60 degrees here. We have to find the height. So looking at this, we are going to make use of trigonometric ratio, popularly known as SOHCAHTOA. So we now look at the option. This is the opposite. This is the adjacent. So the ratio connecting opposite and adjacent is TOA. So that's going to give us tan 60 degrees is equal to opposite H over adjacent, that is 30 meters. And we know that tan 60 degrees is root 3. So we can go ahead to say root 3 is equal to H over 30. Applying cross product rule, we are going to have H is equal to 30 root 3. And 30 root 3 is option B for problem 26. For problem 26, find the simple interest rate percent per annum at which 1,000 naira accumulates to 1,240 naira in 3 years. What we are given here, we are given the amount to be 1,240 naira. We are given the principal to be 1,000 naira. The time is 3. So we are looking for the rate of simple interest. Meanwhile, from here, we can calculate the interest. The interest is 1,240 minus 1,000 naira, which is equal to 240 naira. And the rate is 100I over principal times time. This is 100 times 240 divided by the principal, which is 1,000 times 3. So the rate is going to give us 8%. So that's all for problem. And the option is option B. So that's all for problem 26. We then go to problem 27. For problem 27, the pie chart shows the income of a civil servant in a month. If this monthly income is 6,000 naira, find his monthly basic salary. So his monthly basic salary is what we are to calculate now. Before we find the monthly basic salary, we need to know the angle of the basic salary. So what we do is, if we call it X, or let's call it B, so B is going to be 360 degrees. Since the sum of the angles in the pie chart is 360, we now have minus 60 degrees, minus 60 degrees, minus 67 degrees, minus 50 degrees. So that's going to give us 360 minus 120 minus 67 minus 50, and that gives 123 degrees. That is the angle for basic salary. And now what we do is, since his monthly salary income is 6,000 naira, it means 360 degrees is equal to 6,000. We can then say, since the angle of basic is 123 degrees is equal to the amount, let's call it X. It is unknown. That's what we are calculating. So in that case, we then cross multiply, which means 360x is equal to 6,000 times 123. So X is 6,000 times 123 divided by 360. So we are going to have it as 2,050 naira. 2,050 naira. And the correct option there is option A for problem 27. So we then go to problem 28. Problem 28. If X is positive real number, find the range of values for which 1 over 3x plus 1 over 2 greater than 1 over 4x. We have 1 over 3x plus 1 over 2 greater than 1 over 4x. The LCM of the denominators is 12x. LCM is 12x. So what we do is to multiply through by the LCM. So we can say 12x times, 12x times 1 over 3x plus 12 times 1 over 2 greater than 12 times, oh my lord, 12x times 1 over 2 greater than 12x times 1 over 4x. So here 3x goes here 1, 3x goes here 4. 4 times 1 gives 4, plus 2 here 1, 2 here 6x, plus 6x is greater than 3x, 4x here 1, 4x here 3 is greater than 3. So we then move this to the right hand side, and I have 6x is greater than 3 minus 4. And you need time. There are some things you can just skip, but for the purpose of this tutorial, we just need to break everything down for your understanding. But with continuous practicing, you can skip a lot of steps and go straight to your answer. So 6x is greater than negative 1. Dividing both sides by 6, x is greater than negative 1 over 6. And for your information, we are told that x is positive. Since x is positive, look at it. Let's understand it from the number line. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and so on. This is negative 1, this is negative 2. So when we have maybe around this place. This is our x. So from here, positive. So you can say, assuming it is in the option, if you want to take it from here now, you can say x is greater than 0. You can also say x is greater than or equal to 1, since the positive numbers with respect to this inequality start from 1, 2, 3, because 1 is a positive. Oh no, since it's a real number, x is greater than or equal to is not obtainable, since it is a real number, because you can have it as 0.1, 0.01, 0.001, 0.00. When you're done with 1, in fact, you can't even be done with 1, so it's an infinite set anyway. So the correct option there is x is greater than 0, which is option B. That's all for problem 28. We then go to problem 29. For 29, find the value of x if root 2 over x plus root 2 is equal to 1 over x minus root 2. What we are going to do is to apply cross product rule. Applying cross product rule, we are going to have root 2 into x minus root 2 is equal to x plus root 2. Expanding this bracket, I'm going to have x root 2. This times this will give me minus 2 is equal to x plus root 2. And what I do is move the x to the right hand side. I have x root 2 minus x is equal to root 2 plus 2. If you take this to the right hand side, it becomes positive. We can factor x. So x into root 2 minus 1 is equal to root 2 plus 2. So dividing both sides by the brackets, x is root 2 plus 2 over root 2 minus 1. What we do here is to multiply by the conjugate of the denominator. Multiplying by the conjugate of the denominator, it means we are multiplying root 2 plus 1 by the numerator and root 2 plus 1 by the denominator. So we can quickly do that here. Root 2 times root 2 is 2. Root 2 times 1 is plus root 2. This times this is plus 2 root 2. This times this will give me plus 2 over root 2 times root 2 is 2. Minus 1 times plus 1 will give us minus 1. Since they are conjugates of each other, since this is a conjugate of this, the method of multiplying the conjugate by binomial sort is just to multiply out the corresponding sorts. So the denominator is going to give us 1. We just need to simplify the numerator. 2 plus 2 will give us 4. Root 2 plus 2 root 2 will give us plus 3 root 2. And that's all for the solution of problem 29. And the correct option there, though you can also rearrange, is as 3 root 2 plus 4. So I think the one in the option is 3 root 2 plus 4. So that's all. So we are done with problem 29. We then go to problem 30. For problem 30, a binary operation x is defined by a times b is equal to b a raised to power b. If a times 2 is equal to 2, In this case now, we are told that A operation B is equal to A raised to power B. Here, when we are now giving A operation 2, this is going to give us A raised to power 2. Then they said is equal to A raised to power 2. This A raised to power 2 is said to be 2 minus A, which means we are going to form a quadratic equation. So we now have A squared plus A minus 2 is equal to 0. We factorize. This is A. 2 factors of negative 2 whose sum will give us a positive 1, which is the coefficient of A. That's plus 2, then minus 1 is equal to 0. From here, x is equal to negative 2. Sorry, we're familiar with x. X is equal to negative, A is equal to negative 2. A is equal to 1. You can also have it as A equal to 1, A equal to negative 2. Whichever way, A equal to negative 2. The option here is option A. The option there is option A. And that's all for problem 30. We then go to problem 31. For problem 31, the chord ST of a circle is equal to the radius R of the circle. Find the length of the arc ST. We are going to draw the circle. We have a chord, and this is ST. If this is the center of the circle, call it O. We have this. We have the radius. We have the radius, and we are told that invariably these are radii, and if the chord now is now equal, so we have radii here, which means it is an equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle has its angle to be 60 degrees. We are now looking for the arc ST, and the length of the arc ST is theta over 360 2 pi r. We are given our answer in terms of pi. This is 60 over 360 times 2 times pi r. So this is 6, 2 here, 1, 2 here, 3. Our answer is pi r over 3 centimeters. We're not giving any unit, okay? Pi r over 3 units. Pi r over 3 units. In the option, we have it as option A. And that's all for problem 31. We then go to problem 32. For problem 32, a sector of circle of the radius of the sector is given to be 7.2. We are looking for the radius of the cone, and the angle theta given is 300. I want us to get this formula. It is theta over 360 radius of the sector. This is the formula times radius of the sector. I can quickly show us how we arrive at that. You have a sector of a circle. It is used to form a cone. The base radius here, this is the slant, this is the radius here, the radius of the sector, this is the radius of the cone. If you look at this, it is this length of this arc that forms the base circle of the cone. And the length of the arc, we know it as theta over 360 pi r. That's the radius of the sector. We now say it's the same thing as 2 pi r of the cone. This 2 pi will go with this 2 pi. We are now left with the radius of the cone to be theta over 360 r times radius of the sector. So that's how we arrive at this. You can see that. So this is just for your information. It's not supposed to be part of the solution. It's just meant for you to see how we arrive at that. This is going to be 300 over 360 times 7.2. 300 divided by 360 times 7.2. The answer is 6. So the radius of the cone is 6 centimeters, and that gives option what? Option B. Option C. That's all for solution of 32 and 80 meter cube. What is the depth of the tank if the diameter of its base is 14 meters? Volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. We are given the volume to be 3080. We are given the diameter to be 14 meters, and the radius now will now be 7 meters. So we are going to take pi as 22 over 7. So what we do here is we substitute into this formula. So we now have 3080 is equal to 22 over 7 times 7 squared times height. So to make the height the subject of the formula, I can just go with this. Making the height the subject of the formula, we have 3080 divided by 7 times 22. So 3080 divided by 7 divided by 22. That's going to give us kai. Wallahi bana gani. Saboda ba uta anangiri. So that's going to give us 20 meters. 20 meters is the height of the cylindrical tank. So that's all for problem 33. We then go to problem 34. The acres of rice, pineapple, cassava, cocoa, and palm oil in a certain district are given 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So angle of cassava is going to give us 3 over the sum. This is 20, 25, giving us 30 over 30 times 360, and that will give us 36 degrees. Because 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here 10. This cancel this. So we have the angle of the sector for cassava to be 36 degrees, which gives option 36. And that's all for solution of problem 34. We then go to 35. Problem 35. 3 consecutive terms of a geometric progression are given as n, that is t1 is n minus 2, t2 is n, and t3 is n plus 3. Find the common ratio. We know our common ratio is t2 over t1 is equal to t3 over t2. So that will enable us find the value of n, and from there we'll be able to get our ratio. So T2 is n over n minus 2 is equal to T3 n plus 3 over T2n. We apply cross product rule. This is this is n. This will give us n squared is equal to n minus 2 into n plus 3. So we have n squared is equal to n squared plus 3n minus 2n minus 6. So at the end of the day, we now have n squared minus n squared minus n is equal to negative 6. How did I do? This 3n minus n is 1. Let me, n squared is equal to n squared plus n minus 6. So collecting the like terms, n squared minus n squared minus n is equal to negative 6. So this is 0, n is equal to 6. So since n is equal to 6, the first term is going to be 4. 6 minus 2, 4. The second term is going to be 6. And from here, I think this is 3 over 2, 2 over 3, 1 over 2, and 1 over 4. Sorry, there is typographical error there. Yeah. So our common ratio now is 6 over 4. 6 over 4 is 3 over 2, which gives option. That gives option A. And that's all for the solution of problem 35. We then go to problem 36. In a class of 40 students, 32 offer mathematics, 24 offer physics, and 4 offer neither mathematics nor physics. How many offer both mathematics and physics? Mathematics and physics. It is very easy to just represent the whole thing in the Venn diagram. This is the universal set. So the n of universal set is 40 if this is maths, and the n of maths is 32, n of physics is 24. Those that are offering none, neither maths, will be outside here. That's going to be 4. Let those offering both subject be x. So here is going to be 32 minus x. Here is going to be 24 minus x. So we have 4 groups here. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you add the 4 groups, it will give you the population of the students in the class. So in that case, I'm going to have 32 minus x plus x plus 24 minus x plus 4 is equal to 40. This one is gone. So we have 56. Yeah, 56 plus 4. That is 60 minus x is equal to 40. So this is coming here, this is coming there. So x is equal to 60 minus 40, giving us a 20, and that is option D. Problem 36 is option D, and that's all for the solution of that. We'll go to problem 37. For 37, the sum of the interior angle of a pentagon is 6x plus 6y. Find y in terms of x. I don't want to tell you that the sum of the interior angle of a pentagon is 540 degrees, but I'm going to show you how we got that. Sum of any interior angle is n minus 2 times 180 degrees, and since a pentagon has 5 sides, so sum of the interior angle of a pentagon is going to be 5 minus 2, then multiplied by 180. This is 3 times 180 degrees, giving us 540 degrees, which means sum of the interior, which means we are going to have 6x plus 6y is equal to 540 degrees. The sum of the interior angles, okay, of pentagon is this. So we are meant to make y the subject of the formula. Do you know 6 is common here? 6x plus y is equal to 540. We can then divide both sides by 6. So we are going to have x plus y is equal to 90. Making y the subject of the relation, y is 90 minus x. We then go to problem 38. The mean, let n be the number of students, and the total, because if you're finding the mean, you are going to have the sum of the ages over n is equal to 15. So we can now say sum of the ages of the students is now 15n if you cross multiply. So sum of the ages of student plus teacher is going to be 15n plus 45. 15n plus 45. So at that point now, what is then the population of the student and the teacher? Is going to be n plus 1. So we now say, since their mean now is 18, is equal to 15n plus 45 over n plus 1. We then cross multiply. If I'm going to cross multiply, I will have 18n plus 18 is equal to 15n plus 45. Bringing 15 to the left hand side and taking 18 to the right hand side, 18n minus 15n is equal to 40. So 3n is equal to 27. Dividing both sides by 3, n is equal to 9. And that is option B for problem 38. So there are 9 students in the group. That's all for problem 38. We then go to 39. A surveyor walks 500 meters up a hill, which, let's assume this is the horizontal ground and this is the height of the hill. This is 90 vertical height, please. So this is what we are talking about here. He slides, walks up 500 meters and the slope is 30 degrees. So opposites and what? Hypotenuse. We are going to use the trig ratio. So Tua. We use the trig ratio, so Tua. So we now look at, this is opposite, this is hypotenuse. The ratio combining opposite and hypotenuse is so that is sine 30 degrees, is equal to h over 500. Do you know that sine 30 degrees is equal to 0.5? Are you aware of that? This is supposed to be boiling in your head. We can have it as 1 over 2 is equal to h, or let's do cross product rule. H is equal to 500 sine 30 degrees. This is 500 times 1 over 2, and that will give us 250 meters. So the vertical height of the hill, let's take it like that, is 250 meters. Option C. And the last but not the least, we have to find the non-zero positive values of x which satisfies the equation. This is determinant of 3 by 3. Determinant of 3 by 3. Let me go down. What is the meaning of this? So if I have it like this, you guys should stop playing with me, fam. This is x 1 0 1 x 1 0 1 x. So to do this, we attach plus, minus, plus. We now break them down into 2. So this is 2. This is x. If you cancel this and cancel this, you'll be left with x1 1x. That's gone. Then we pick this. That is minus 1. So if you cancel this and cancel this, these are gone. You'll be left with 1 1 0 x. So then plus 0, we can even ignore that one since it's going to give us 0, but for formality's sake, we cancel this and cancel this. We'll be left with 1 x 0 1. So we're breaking, English correct? We've broken down the matrices or the determinant to 2 by 2. This is a square matrix of order 3. We are finding the determinant, and they said the determinant is equal to 0. So this is equal to 0. This is equal to 0. So we have x into x times x is x squared minus 1. Then this is minus 1. X times 1 is x minus 0. This is plus what? Plus 0. This is 1 minus 0. So the entire of this is 0. We expand the bracket here. This time this is x raised to power 3 minus x, then minus x. X raised to power 3 minus x minus x. So what we do here, this is equal to 0. Okay, this is x3 minus 2x is equal to 0. What do we do here is to factorize. So x is common. This is x squared minus 2 is equal to 0. Since by the we are looking for the non-zero positive number, so we can come here and now say x squared minus 2 is equal to 0, since x is not equal to 0 from what we are looking for. So x squared now is equal to 2. X is equal to plus or minus square root of 2. since we are looking for positive, so x is square root of 2. X is root 2, and that gives option C. And that is the end of this live streaming, and this is concluding our live streaming session for now on solution of past JAMB questions in mathematics. This is brought to you by Uninab Resources. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, I don't know what you are waiting for. And more so, if you want online tutoring with you via Zoom or Google Meet, we cover all curricula. Message us on our WhatsApp number. Let me zoom it so that you can see it very well. +234 802462 8692. We are going to deliver to your satisfaction. So once again, I want to appreciate you for coming online to join. And to those of you that will be watching later, I am appreciating you. Thank you. We continue to serve you. It is all about mathematics. It is all about you.